Hello. I wanted to explain some things about hearing and deaf culture. They're very different. Hearing culture depends mostly on the auditory factors. And hearing people, you ask them a question, they don't really go into too much detail. They kind of just give you the surface answer. Deaf culture focuses a lot more on the visual aspects, and people share a lot more information, a lot more detail. They go into a lot more expansions. And if you ask a hearing person to explain something, they don't really feel very comfortable going into too much detail. And, if a deaf person asks a hearing person, I don't understand, explain more. Why, why is that? Or whatever it is, ask them to explain. They just get very uncomfortable about it. So that's just something that's different about those two cultures. So that reminded me of this book here, Deaf Culture ROI. And there's some stories in there that, I can definitely apply to my own life. And that book kind of gives more detail and examples. I'm not going to share the book with you right now, but I'm going to give you 3 examples from my own experience. The first one is about a time when I went to the movies. There were 4 of us, deaf friends. We went to the movies, and we're sitting there in the movie theater, and I needed to go to the bathroom. So, I came back in from the bathroom, and I didn't know where they were sitting because the movie started and it was dark in there. I couldn't see anything. So how did I find them? I saw the 3 of my deaf friends. They're all chatting, and I see their hands moving because they're all talking throughout the movie, commenting on it. So I could find them very easily. Another example, this was really bad, about texting. I was driving along with my my girlfriend. She's hearing, and she had never been in a car with a deaf person driving before. This was really bad. So I'm driving, and I get a text on my phone. So I'm driving along, and I'm checking the text. I'm texting back, and meanwhile my girlfriend is like, no, keep your eyes on the road, stop texting, and I'm like, no, I'm fine. So I continue with the texting, and she's just getting so scared, and I'm like, what? It's fine. She's just not used to deaf people driving in the car, but I'm so used to my friends talking to me from the back seat, I have to look and see what they're saying, so it's no big deal to answer a text, and meanwhile she's just getting so worried about what might happen in the car. Another example is going to a friend's house and knocking on the door. And this happened one time. I went to a friend's house, I knocked on the door, I went to the back of the house, I looked in the window, I'm looking for them, I don't know, where are they? Maybe they went to the bathroom. So finally, thank God for technology, I just text them, I'm like, hello, I'm at your house, and then they came and opened the door. That happens with deaf people. Like, one time I left my keys in the house, and I texted my wife, and I was like, hello, open the door. So, she did, and it was fine. But these things happen in deaf culture, and it's, just something that we deal with. And, like, hearing people, you can just hear somebody talking and, continue to drive along. You don't have to look around. In the movies, it was easier for me to find my friend in the movies because I could see them talking. So those are just some differences.